Hello, hello, hello. I am so sorry, but I thank you so much for your patience in waiting. I know that I did say that I would have this video up at least once a week. I can give you many excuses, but at the end of the day, that's all they are, excuses. I said that I was going to do something and I should have, and I do apologize. However, it's here now. Um, there's been a lot going on, and I honestly at this point I don't even know where to start, but I'll just start. So first off, someone asked asked if I have any pain when I swallow. I do know, based on information given to me by my doctor and based on some research that I've done, that when you swallow, once you feel pain, it's definitely a sign of danger, danger, alert, alert. I have never felt any pain. However, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I have been feeling a bit of discomfort every now and then when I swallow. That definitely is something new. Um, but I'm not looking at it negatively. I'm actually seeing it seeing it as part of the growing process, for lack of better words, the growing pains, I should say. Now, I just want to pause for a moment just to thank everyone that has been supporting me, watching the video, supporting me by giving donations through the GoFundMe. I have been able to accomplish quite a bit, and the support and the love that I've gotten by just posting the first video is beyond anything that I could ever imagine. And I just want to praise God for being so good and for using people to help, to help each other. I hope that this video and these videos, I should say, are really going to be a benefit to someone else out there that may be going through this. This cancer situation is honestly a blessing. And I say it's a blessing because if I didn't have it, there are so many things that I would be doing that I should not be doing. There are so many things that I would not have been doing that I should have been doing. So, for example, I was never really a person that drank a lot of water. So I would go days without drinking water. I would eat out a lot. I would get minimal amount of sleep. I actually struggled with insomnia for quite some time. I would work like crazy, do double shifts and short shifts. So short shifting in my profession is basically when you leave the workplace at you leave the workplace, let's say for in my case, I leave at 11 o'clock in the night and then I come back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning to do another shift. So that would be short shifting. Or if I left at, let's say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then I came back for another shift that same night at 7 o'clock, at 7 p.m. But God has used this to show me that my body it's honestly not my own, and I have to give an account for it. And I want to say this to every single person that's out there. I know we run around and we think that we have these bodies and we can do whatever we want with them, and there are people out there that don't have any health issues that they know of, or at all for that matter, and so they feel like they can eat whatever they want, drink whatever they want. I'm personally the type of person that I can gain weight like that, lose weight like that. It's not a problem. So I would back then pretty much eat whatever I want whenever I wanted, and I didn't gain a pound. Or if I did, it wouldn't be like to the point where it's difficult for me to get rid of it. All I would have to do is just not eat the next day, and I would legit lose weight. So this this disease has really, really, really shown me how I've been treating my body, and it it really is a wake-up call. Um, so what I'm going to, I guess, share with you today is pretty much what I've been doing so far. So I've been able to order the bulk of the supplements that I need to take. I was hoping to have the supplements here to kind of show you and just give you kind of an explanation of why I'm taking it and what it's expected to do, but I don't have them yet. When I ordered them, I was told that they're not going to come until the 12th to, I want to say the 16th or 18th of December. Between that time frame is when they're going to come. But I'm super excited about them. The majority of them, though, honestly, has to do with helping me to digest food better. So I'm going to be, not going to be, but I have been eating a lot better. I'm not even going to say clean. I've honestly gone completely back to the original diet, and the original diet of fruits and vegetables and grains. Well, fruits was added after. No, vegetables was added after. But fruits and vegetables and grains and water. I don't drink juice, and if I drink juice, it's pineapple juice, and I usually only drink pineapple juice with psyllium husk. And psyllium husk is it's psyllium husk. It bulks and helps you to, excuse me, to pass gas. Not pass gas, I apologize, to excrete waste. Now I'm also going to be taking something called DIM. It's short for something else. I can't remember the full name of it right now. Forgive me. But what that does is it helps to excrete it helps to trap and excrete extra hormones that my body is producing. Now, I have, well, the doctors said they think I have thyroid cancer. Now, thyroid cancer is a hormonal cancer, meaning it's a cancer that strives off of hormones. So my body makes too much estrogen. It produces too much estrogen. And that can be seen in the fact that, well, you can't really see it, thank God, but I have like hairs that grow under my chin. And I have this little dark shadow. Is not really a dark shadow. It's not a, a pigmentation issue. It's hair that grows over my upper lips. And what it also does is it causes the hair on my head to be thinner. So what the DIM is going to do is it's going to capture as much as that bad estrogen, and without going into a whole informational session about estrogen, there are three types. You have the regular type, the good type, you have the bad type, and you have the type that you only get when you are pregnant. I am not pregnant. I do have the good type, but I have a lot more of the bad type. So that bad type, what that does is that extra estrogen connects with testosterone and does the reverse effect in me, giving me, I guess, I want to say some attributes of a man. So the hair on the chin, sorry, the hair on the chin, I apologize, and the hair on the upper lip, and the thinning of the hair on my head. My nails are also a lot thinner and brittle, so they break very easily. And with regard to, yeah, I think that's basically it for that part. Now, had I sorry, just a sidebar. Had I just gone in and, like a lot of people suggest, just take your thyroid out. So who cares? You have to take a pill for the rest of your life. It's one tiny little pill. That tiny little pill is not going to solve the problem. The problem is my body's making too much estrogen. So even if I take my thyroid out, my body will still be making too much estrogen, and the issues will still be there. So again, very happy, very, very happy that I have this condition, that God saw it fit to permit me to have this condition because he knew that I can handle it, even though I did not think I can handle it, even though even now that I'm talking to you, I still don't really think I can handle it. But he knows what I don't know, and I'm grateful for what he knows, because what he knows is truth and what he knows is best. So it really isn't relevant what I know at this point. So moving on. Now with the thyroid condition, what happens, because I have a hormonal imbalance, I had to say that really slow because I trip up on it all the time. So because I have that hormonal imbalance, what happens is it affects my mood. It affects my sleep. It causes me to be very anxious. So I would have like anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I would go into states of depression. Um, I have a lot of mental or lack of mental clarity. So I'll read something, but then I can't really understand it. I can't decipher it. I have trouble deciphering it, and I have trouble not have had, I should say, and I'm going to tell you why I say had, but had trouble deciphering it. So it would take a lot more for me to understand things and a lot more for me to retain things. I have difficulty tolerating cold. However, I find it difficult to sleep when it's hot. So it's easier for me to sleep when I'm cold. But I have difficulty dealing with cold, tolerating cold. I know. What else? I'm trying to think of all that I go through with this thyroid business. So it's basically that that imbalance. So it's almost like how one would say somebody is like someone would say somebody is PMSing, so to speak. That's pretty much how I was. Very, very moody. I'm unstable in my emotions are very unstable. So I will cry at the drop of a dime. And then people would think that, oh, she's just pretending, she just cries easily. But all of these things that I'm experiencing, when I'm experiencing them, are real. Like, they're not like a pretend thing or that I'm looking for attention or anything like that. Like, they are genuinely real to me. Like, it's really, really happening. So that is just the gist of it. So what I've been doing thus far, I have the DIM, and with DIM is calcium deglucarate. Now, calcium deglucarate is basically something that helps to ensure that the DIM is removed. The not the DIM, the estrogen, sorry, whatever the hormonal the extra hormone is. So in this case, it's going to be estrogen. So the calcium, the glucarate, and the DIM work together. So the DIM will grab onto the estrogen and ensure that it stays in the intestines. Because in the intestinal tracts, it's permeable, meaning they're like little holes, and sometimes the estrogen can escape. What the DIM does is it makes sure that it stays in there. What the calcium, the glucarate does is it works with the DIM to help make sure it moves out of the body. So it makes it difficult to get back into the body, and it also helps it to move out of the body, and it's excreted in the waste from the backside, not the front side. And I'm saying that because I'm not sure who's watching this video, but I want it to definitely be as clean as possible. So I have people that are, oh man, God is so good. Like, people that are every day, so how are you doing today? How's everything going today? And it's like, it's amazing to meet people and have people understand that this truly is a daily struggle. And I'm smiling because I am trying my hardest to fight the tears back. And this is a real thing, because I don't think I've ever really met anyone that I've been able to say has really, really taken the time, that has been in my life for a while, that has really, really taken the time to truly understand how this really affects me. And I know it's like everybody has their own issues, everybody has their own struggles, and I totally get it. I believe me, I understand. But to just meet someone and have, those people, so how are you doing today? How do you feel today? Type thing is like God just put those people in my life to show me that there are people out there that care more about other people than themselves. And it's not just about, you know, look what you've done to me. I've done a lot of hurtful things to people, sometimes not even understanding why I'm doing it or why I did it. I haven't been able to justify it. And now that I am really taking the time to research this and to understand it, I'm seeing that my healing is more than just physical. It's emotional, it's mental, and overall, it is spiritual. And I am so grateful. I've been doing castor oil packs every 3 nights a week. And the castor oil pack is so basically, I take just almost like just a piece of cotton, like from a t-shirt or whatever, and I saturate it in castor oil. I wish I had one right here. Oh, I do have one right here. I happen to have castor oil right here. This is the one that I use. I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah, so I use this one. And I, like I said, saturate the cloth and I put it in the oven because I do not use a microwave. I put it in the oven and it gets hot. So I take it out, let it cool down a little bit, and then I place it right here, right across the thyroid area. And castor oil is so powerful. Castor oil will break up, lumps, bumps. It breaks it up over time. It breaks it up. It disintegrates it, for lack of better words. So I put it on, just around here, and then I use another cloth and cover that, and then I use some saran wrap just to keep the heat in as much as possible. I use saran wrap so it doesn't get on my shirt. I mean, I have ruined like 3 shirts, so now those are my dedicated shirts that I use when I'm doing my castor oil treatment. And then I have like a wool scarf. After I put the saran wrap, I put the wool scarf around my neck. Now, by the time I'm done, my neck is like up, like straight, and I feel like a mummy. But and then I go to sleep with that. Sleep with that all night. The next day, I take it off and just shower and whatever as usual. There's no pain. You don't want to put it on and then it burns. It's not supposed to burn, but it is supposed to feel warm against whatever area. So if you have like lumps in your breast, you can do it on your breast. If you have, a lump in your thigh, you can do it on your thigh. Same concept. Some people do castor oil packs on their liver, same concept. On their kidney, just to help dissolve, so same concept. So that's what I do. Next thing I do is oil pulling, and that is to get rid of yeast, extra buildup of yeast in my body, and funguses and stuff like that in my body. So what I do is last night was my castor oil pack night, Sunday nights. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights are the nights that I do the castor oil packs. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings are when I do my oil pulling. So I'll just put a bit of, first thing as I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I drink water first, honestly. I do drink water first. It has nothing to do with the treatment, I just do. I drink water first, and then I put maybe half a cup or whatever, how much ever my mouth can tolerate. I try not to fill it up too much because I'm gonna salivate and that's just gonna make it too much. So I put a decent amount and then I swish it around my mouth for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Swish it around my mouth, and while I'm swishing it around my mouth, I'm reading or just doing something else to pass the time, so I'm not just sitting there in the mirror looking at myself swishing this thing around my mouth. At first it feels weird. I use both the solid coconut oil and the liquid. Now, this time that I'm doing it is the first time that I've ever used the liquid coconut oil. I usually use the solid, let it dissolve in my mouth, and then swish it around. And I found that I liked that the solid better than I do the liquid, but I still use the liquid. And then honestly, when I'm finished, spit it out, brush my teeth, and my mouth just feels so much cleaner. It helps to really clean your blood as well when you're doing that. Look up the information online. It's there online. Like if you need more information about it, let me know, and I will gladly do give more information regarding that. What else do I do? I mentioned already the pineapple and the psyllium husk that I do to help me keep regular. And I eat my meals 5 hours apart. Yes, yes, yes. So when I get up in the morning, depending on what I have for that day, if I have to do the oil pulling, I'll do that. If not, then I will have my morning devotion, and then I will have either a banana and a teaspoon of solid coconut oil. Just swallow it like it's a pill. The first couple of times you do it, it's kind of gross, but you get used to it. And I do that. And then I have, maybe I have like maybe some nuts, and then I'll go to the gym. And then I'm in the gym for about an hour and a half, depending on what I'm doing. I try not to be there more than an hour, but sometimes I I stay longer than an hour because I get to talking with people, and helping other people and so on, and other people helping me, and sometimes it takes a bit longer. But for the most part, I'm there for about an hour. And so I ensure that I sweat as much as I can to try and get those toxins out as well. And then I'm home, and then I have like my breakfast. And my breakfast is what people will typically have for dinner. So for breakfast this week, I had a bulgur, quinoa, lentil, barley, rice. There's something else in it, some other grains in it, mix. I have that with a pack of seaweed, a whole avocado, and I cut up tomatoes, cucumbers, all different colored peppers, and that's my breakfast. 5 hours later, I will then have lunch, and lunch will be like I'll do like a veggie burger, or I'll do yeah, last week it was a veggie burger with sweet potato fries, but they're not fried. I put them in the oven. Sweet potato fries and another salad. And then dinner, I'll have a shake and maybe a salad, but mostly it's a shake. Now, one of the things that I feared, and I'm going to share this with you, my new YouTube family, with having this issue and changing my diet, was the fear of losing weight. And I feared losing weight because I didn't want to look like I was sick. I didn't want to look like I had cancer. And God reminded me a while ago, and then again last week, that Daniel, in the story of Daniel, I want to say chapter 1, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel purposed in his heart that he was not going to eat the food or drink the wine from the king's table. So all the food that the king was providing for them to eat. And he said, you know what, just give us pulse, vegetables, and water, and try us out for 10 days. And God was faithful in those 10 days. And Daniel and his compadres, or his friends, feared, according to the word of God. Their countenance was fatter in flesh, and they were fear. So I took that to mean that I'm only going to look sick if it's God's will. And God doesn't get the glory from this by me looking sick. So that was a lie from the enemy that I believed for so long. And so I would keep going back to eating meat, keep going back to eating fish, keep going back to eating cheese, because these are the things that kept me, you know, fat looking, for lack of better words. But God is saying, trust me. Trust me and do what I've asked you to do. And I promise you, you will not look sick. So I am trusting God and I am not eating those things. I am only eating what He has commissioned me to eat, or what He has given me permission to eat. And it's not just a here, and it's not just a change for now. This is a lifestyle change. I'm not going back. By God's grace, I am absolutely not going back. I know that there are a lot of people out there that are rooting for me, especially the ones that know me and know that I'm not just doing this for me, but I have 6 eyes looking up at me, ensuring or wanting me to show them that God really is real, one, and to show them that they can, they can, they can, point blank. You know, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It is a challenge. There are times when, you know, I'll be sitting among people and they're eating certain things, and the smells, of course, brings back the memories, you know, the jerk chicken and the fish and the, oh man. And I'm thinking, wow, I could just taste that. And then God reminds me. He reminds me, and I'm grateful because there were instances recently where I could have gone back, and He just gave me the strength I needed in the moment. In the moment. It is hard. It is really, really, really hard. But it is not impossible, because all things are possible with God. All. Not some, not most, all. So, oh, I've taken 27 minutes of your time, YouTube. Oh, mercy. Well, hopefully this makes up for the 2 weeks that I missed. I will definitely come again. If you have any other questions, let me know. This is where I've been in the journey so far. Am I noticing any differences? I am. I'm able to remember more now. I'm able to retain information better. I'm able to understand things better. And I'm learning, as I've just, shared with you, the reason why I kept going back, because a lot of times I would do things and I don't really understand why I'm doing them. Why do I keep eating the meat if I know that the meat is bad for me? Why do I keep, eating the cheese if I know that the cheese is bad for me? Why do I keep sabotaging, for lack of better words, myself? And this is the reason. The reason was because I did not trust God to do what He said He was going to do. And I believed the lies of the enemy that in order for me to not look sick, that I would have to eat meat and all that stuff. When that stuff, packed with the hormones and all of the different things that it has in it, are actually in fact contributing to my disease worsening, so to speak. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to go back just a little bit and then I'll let you go. Cancer is not the disease. Cancer is a symptom of the disease. And I know that's like, what? What are you talking about? Cancer is the disease. No, it's not. It's a symptom of a disease. Now, the disease itself is sin. The sin itself is selfishness. Selfishness in me wanting what I want and doing what I want, and not allowing God to be who He is. And I'm going to talk a lot about God in this. So if you're not interested in hearing about God, I'm not going to apologize for that, because I cannot do this in and of myself. It is 100% God, and I'm just a vessel that He's using. Now, the symptom of that disease is, as I just stated, cancer. So if I can get rid of the disease, I will get rid of the symptom, which is cancer. And I can. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. So as long as he continues to strengthen me, as long as he continues to give me the wisdom to do what I need to do, I am going to overcome this. And I pray that you will stay with me as we go through this journey, because my plan is to enjoy this journey every step of the way. I've made a lot of other changes that I can't really tell you right now, but I'm so excited to share later on, and I absolutely will. I just can't do it right now for one reason or another. And thank you again for your support. Thank you for continuing to watch. Thank you for those of you that are keeping me in prayer. Thank you for those that are sending encouraging messages. Thank you for those that are calling and texting and emailing just to make sure that I'm okay and see how my day is going, and to just let me know that, somebody is there. And it's really, really a good feeling to know that I'm not alone in this, because this, I believe, has been one of the loneliest journeys that I've ever encountered. And trust me, I've encountered some very interesting journeys. All right. So, again, thank you very much. I do pray that you have a wonderful week, and I will do my best to post again next week. Hopefully I have all of the supplements so we can kind of go through them together and have like an unpacking party as I unpack the supplements and show you when I take them and so on and so forth. The DIM and the calcium glucarate I do have now, and so I take them because I currently have them, and I just take one a day. I take it one a day, and yeah, that's it. Thank you. Have a good evening.